Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The whisper of rebellion. The Duggar household was quiet, eerily quiet. It was the kind of silence that settled only when something seismic had shifted, a tremor no one was yet willing to acknowledge aloud. Michelle Duggar stood by the window, arms crossed tightly over her chest. Her eyes followed the trail of clouds moving gently across the Arkansas sky, but her mind was elsewhere. "She's just a child," Jim Bob said from behind, his voice stiff with frustration. "She doesn't understand what she's doing." Michelle turned, pain written across her face. "She's not a child anymore, Jim Bob. She's 18. And she's in love." Jim Bob flinched as if the word itself were a slap. Love. That wasn't how it was supposed to be, not without the courtship protocols, the family vetting, the accountability partners, the years of carefully managed expectations. Johannah Duggar had broken the mold. A new flame. Johannah Faith Duggar, the sixth daughter and 17th child in the sprawling Duggar clan, had always been a bit different. While her siblings thrived under structure, she often found herself questioning it. It began subtly. When she turned 16, she'd started keeping a journal, not unusual, but the entries were filled with poetry, sketches of birds in flight, and quotes from authors not approved by the family reading list. And then there was Ezra. Ezra James Callahan was unlike anyone the Duggars had ever met. 23 years old, with a quiet confidence and a deep love for theology, he was a man of faith, but not the Duggar kind. His Christianity was rooted in compassion over control, curiosity over conformity. They met at a community service project downtown. Johannah was supposed to be under chaperone supervision, but an accidental car breakdown meant she ended up riding back to the church with Ezra, alone. From that moment, something shifted. Secret courting. In the Duggar world, courtships were public, chaperoned, and pre-approved. There were no secrets, no kisses, not even side hugs without an audience. But Johannah had chosen secrecy. For 6 months, they met under the guise of mutual volunteer work. Emails hidden in innocuous Gmail folders. Letters exchanged through friends. Conversations whispered under the stars at church events. Ezra challenged her, not just intellectually, but spiritually. He asked questions she had never dared to ask. "Do you believe your future is something you get to choose?" he once asked. Johannah hesitated. "I've been taught that God and my parents choose it for me." Ezra smiled. "Maybe God chose to give you the freedom to decide." Discovery. Secrets, especially in the Duggar home, never stayed buried long. It was Jennifer, her younger sister, who found the letter. Hidden behind a Bible in Johannah's dresser drawer, it was addressed with delicate cursive, "To the girl who changed my heart." Jennifer, frightened and unsure, brought it to Michelle. What followed was a storm. There were family meetings, confrontations, tearful prayers, and heated arguments. Jim Bob insisted on meeting Ezra immediately. When he did, he walked away with a pale face and pursed lips. "He's too liberal," Jim Bob growled. "He thinks courtship rules are cultish. He doesn't believe in authority the way we do." Michelle was torn. She saw the light in Johannah's eyes, the way she smiled when she said his name. But the family's reputation, its brand, was at stake. "You have to end this," they told her. She didn't. Elopement. 3 weeks later, Johannah packed a small bag, slipped out of the house at 4 a.m., and met Ezra under the oak tree at the edge of their property. They drove across the state line into Missouri, where a county clerk with kind eyes and no knowledge of the Duggar dynasty married them in a small courthouse with peeling paint and 2 strangers as witnesses. It was not the wedding she had dreamed of, but it was freedom. The fallout. News of the marriage broke when a friend of Ezra's posted a photo to Instagram with the caption, "Congrats to the newlyweds, Ezra and Johannah Callahan." It exploded. Family friends called. Blogs erupted. Fans speculated wildly. Reddit threads ballooned into thousands of comments. The headline hit tabloids within hours. Duggar daughter elopes. Family disowns Johannah? Jim Bob was livid. "We will not condone rebellion," he declared in a family video that was later quietly deleted. "We love Johannah, but she's made her choice. We cannot bless it." Michelle cried for days. Some siblings supported her in secret. Jinger sent a bouquet with no card. Jill reached out with a private email. Johanna sent a text that simply read, "Proud of you," but others cut contact. The family was split. Life on her terms. Ezra and Johannah moved into a small duplex in Springfield. It wasn't glamorous, but it was theirs. They bought second-hand furniture, painted the walls together, and spent quiet evenings cooking vegetarian meals and watching documentaries. Johannah enrolled in online college courses, philosophy, theology, creative writing. For the first time in her life, she felt she was living as herself, not as a curated version of a Duggar daughter. But the pain lingered. She missed her siblings. She missed the chaos of Sunday brunches, the giggles of her younger sisters, the warm smell of cinnamon rolls Michelle used to bake every Saturday. She wrote letters. Most went unanswered. A new voice. Months passed. One day, Johannah received a message from a woman in her early 20s. "Hi, I'm not a Duggar, but I grew up in a similar family. Seeing your story helped me leave a toxic situation. Thank you." More came. A trickle of emails. Messages on Instagram. Comments on anonymous blogs. Johannah realized her story mattered. She started a podcast called Unscripted Faith. She spoke about love, family, religion, and the struggle to find personal truth amid communal pressure. It went viral. Suddenly, Johannah Callahan was no longer just a Duggar who left. She was a voice for hundreds, maybe thousands of young women like her. Reconciliation. It took over a year. One afternoon, as Johannah sat on her small porch reading a novel, a familiar van pulled up outside. Out stepped Michelle. Tears streamed down her face as she walked up the steps, arms trembling. "I don't agree with how you did it," she said. "But I never stopped loving you." They embraced. In the weeks that followed, a slow thaw began. Messages from siblings. An invitation to a birthday party. A video chat with her younger sisters. Jim Bob remained distant, but he didn't stop it.